Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the finale, hopefully, of the Rose Tinted Tavern. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to the party for being here. We have a full crew for the last session, which I'm very, very excited about. Last we met, we were in the middle of quite an event. So the team decided to help out with the Evanar Masquerade hosted by the Archduchess Willow Whitehall. This is a yearly event, not always a masquerade, but always an event open to the public, from the highest of the high class to the lowest of the low class, as a representation of her commitment to all of her people. So they were applying to be guards, and they were quickly realized that the Thieves Guild was allegedly going to make a play for the Diadem of Dependence, an artifact and a historical artifact and symbol of quite a bit for the people and the leadership of the city. Dom decided he was going to go speak with the Thieves Guild directly after being assigned this task. I think we're all a little unclear about where Dom's mind is at the moment. He is extremely close with Silas Latimer, the head of the guild. They go back a long way, essentially brothers. He said that he would steal it for them. The ploy was to steal the diadem so they could sell it to help the refugees from north of the Dreadwoods. But coming into the masquerade itself, Dom didn't share everything he learned with the party, and the party is not aware of his interest or potential goal to steal the diadem himself for the Thieves Guild. Coming to the masquerade, it was quickly understood that something else was going on here. The crew was on the lookout for Thieves Guild. Guild mates, I don't know what the right word for that is, people in the guild, notably Greaves, the new right hand to Silas with Dom's departure and, distance from the guild. As a note, Thomas was not involved in the party's initial entrance. He said he had business to attend to, but attended the ball anyway, so we will see him show up here shortly. But at the end of the session, Dom, pretending to be Greaves, attacked the Archduchess, or went to attack the Archduchess, to make it clear to everyone involved that Greaves was a dangerous entity. And Bree is now, so just to kind of reflect on where everyone is currently. Shadow and Dom are currently in a room of Greaves' last known location, but upon opening the door, Greaves is not in the room and nowhere to be seen. Z and Cam are interrogating one of the other Thieves Guild members, or assumed Thieves Guild member, who had stabbed Z in the abdomen and tried to escape. They're interrogating her in a broom closet, basically. Czar is heading back to the main room after parting ways with Bree and the Archduchess and the Archduchess's daughter, the heiress, who those three are going to a safe location known by the heiress because they were able to identify that she needed to be taken out to a place of safety. Any questions from the group about what's going on or what went on? I know it's been, we had a week break. Thomas, hopefully that's helpful to catch you up on the details, and you will learn more as well. You would have seen the attack. You were in the main room mingling. So everything that the party has seen in that room, you would probably have seen as well.
I just have one question, and it's just because I can't remember myself.
Yes.
I know that Dom saw Greaves turn his hair from white to brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he told
That's correct.
Cam that.
Yes,
Did
that's
he
correct.
tell anybody else that? I don't think so.
I don't think so, because Cam had come to you to hold you down when they thought that you were actually Greaves. Yeah. You were able to say he changed his hair color to dark. So I think that's a great point. I think you and Cam are the only ones that know that at this exact moment.
I think I still have locate object up, but
You
probably
do.
not for much longer if it's only
That's
10
correct.
minutes.
Yep,
So,
and the diadem is still on the Archduchess's head. So, oh, and the other thing I would say about the diadem that Czar was able to uncover is it is magical. No other detail was understood about it, but there was magic coming from the diadem, and that was not shared with you guys as an item of interest or a piece of information by the head of the guard when you were assigned this task.
You didn't tell me that, right? Like if I was gonna detect magic or something. I don't think you shared
Would Czar
that
have
with me.
said, yeah, because you guys were kind of with the Archduchess and the heiress, so it may have been a little awkward to say that out loud.
That's what yeah.
So that's true. Czar knows it.
You're muted.
You're muted.
That was so animated.
Go for it.
I probably like would have acknowledged in some way of like a nod or like a I think I would have tried to tell you without just being like,
I'll allow it.
Definitely magical.
Yeah, like maybe like a knowing glance and like a look to the diadem so that there's something up with it at the very least. Yeah, thumbs up. Yes. Perfect. Okay, excellent. So to fill you in, Michael, and to remind the rest of the group, we are kind of running this in a semi-turn-based encounter still at the moment. So I have the full order and I'll walk us through top to bottom turn order. This isn't a true turn order in combat where you only have a move, a bonus action, and an action. You can do one thing. And if that takes a couple different pieces, that's fine. I think last time it worked out pretty well and nobody was trying to like do too much in one turn, but essentially in a realistic moment of time, you can tell me, what are you going to do, and then get there and resolve it, and then we'll move on to the next person. I don't know how long we'll stay in this for. We'll see how the cards fall, but we are going to start again with Dom and Shadow, who have just burst into this room that is now empty. And you guys can decide what you'd like to do next.
Okay, so empty. What do I see in this thing?
It appears to be a parlor. There's a fireplace that is not lit. Some nice chaise lounges, chairs. There's a bookshelf with some books and a globe. But nothing, no other doors. This is just like a side parlor room.
Before I just run out, I think I will take the time, and he'll be a little hasty. I'm looking for trap, secret doors, secret tunnel. Yep. I'm looking for stuff like that.
Perfect. I will say that you can go ahead and roll me either. I think investigation makes more sense here. So go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Oh no, that doesn't count. Not in trade. I didn't even look at what it was. That is a natural 20, though. What? Thank you, Scanlon.
Incredible.
So that's a total of 29.
Perfection. So you are looking, actually, let me check one thing really quick before I say this, because this is going to be, I want to make sure that I'm not pulling another, y'all go to sleep even if you're elves here. So it won't be called for that again. Okay. Perfect. Okay, great. So you are an expert at this. You know exactly where, every way a secret book can look. You have studied, buttons, everything. Physically, there is nothing here that would lead you to believe that there is any kind of secret passage out of this room. However, with a nat 20, what I will give you is on the ground, as you're about to leave, your eye catches on a strange marking that doesn't seem to be like a drag mark. It's not like a boot scuff. You crouch down and you're able to investigate, and it almost seems to be like you haven't seen this exact style of marking before, but magical people. You yourself are not magic, but you know magical people.
I'm an arcane trickster.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so you do know magic then.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you know magic, right?
Yeah.
You know that it creates physical remnants sometimes, and you do see like a line on the ground, some kind of markings that would potentially lead you to believe that someone did cast a spell recently. Not, it's like kind of like it almost looks kind of like a burn mark.
Yeah.
But it's a little different. It's kind of like lighter in color, maybe halfway between a scuff and a burn mark.
Probably wouldn't be noticed by.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Dom is going to assume that spell of some sort, which is going to freak him out and going to, and I don't know, actually, like, we have bonus action, but a movement, and then if he can, bonus action dash, like, just going to where he knows Bree took.
the Archduchess and then Lady Carmela. Yeah. So
that's my turn.
I know that, let me think. So you would be able to at least get back to the hallway you knew they were going down. But I think at this point, given that you spent the time to go to the room, investigate the room, by the time you get there, they will be gone. So I'll say you'll need to like figure out where they went, but you're able to get to where their last known location was. Right. Excellent. Wonderful. So then we will go back to Czar. Czar, just for your knowledge, as you are entering back into the main room, you see a familiar face that you thought wasn't going to be here this evening. And I will allow Thomas to briefly describe his outfit before I turn it back to Czar, and then we'll go to Thomas after Czar. So who does Czar see across the room? What is Thomas looking like this evening?
Well, first off, he is using his disguise feature, whereas last time he was Prince Caspian Ben Barnes. This evening he is Cruel Intentions Ryan Philippe.
Oh my god!
He has a dark red, like an oxblood red velvet suit on, and his mask is it's like a little domino mask made of some kind of stone, almost it looks like, with these interlock. It's like a demon face that has two sets of horns. One is smaller and curved, kind of down and out. The other's in the back that go side and then down. This is a mask of the demigod Gargoth, one of the princes of the Nine Hells.
Ooh, amazing. Yeah, Czar, I think even though the mask is on, I mean, you've traveled enough time. You know the suit, right? You've seen this outfit before, and you know that you could put the things together and know that this is Thomas. So you see them across the room, kind of starting to look around and get a little bit more involved. But what would you like to do? You've come back to the main room. People are kind of right now, like, some people are kind of staying, like, is it all fine now? Should we still continue enjoying the party? Some people are, like, getting their coats and getting the hell out of here. Like, it's a very slightly chaotic, like, no one really knows what to do next.
Am I still, like, with the Duchess, or have we separated?
So Bree went with the Duchess and the Lady Carmela off to a safe room. You said you wanted to come back to the main room, so they are no longer with you.
I think I would just like run over.
Yeah.
And be like, I thought you were working. What are you working on? What's up?
This was supposed to be a networking event for me, and then Dom just gets. What is? Am I gonna have to work with you all tonight? Is that what this is becoming?
I mean, that's what you were supposed to do, but
No. I'm supposed to keep my actual livelihood going, which is what this is. You all are doing something else. I'm doing my job.
Can I look around and see if I see anybody like that?
Anyone else in the party or anyone? Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception check for me.
Six.
No, you don't see anyone else. You do remember that Z and Cam were still in this room when you went with Bree the first time. You don't see them anymore.
Okay. Huh, well, usually Z is better at these sorts of things. We should go get her.
All right. I'll down the rest of my champagne flute. I'll set it down.
Incredible.
I would try to walk to wherever I thought they might be.
Great. I will let you guys both, like, if you want to roll a perception check again with advantage, like the help roll, Thomas, if you want to help look for Z. If not, then no advantage, but let me know what you would do.
No, I'll help.
Thomas.
No, yeah, I'll help you.
Okay, great.
Sure.
So Zara,
I have shitty perception.
You can roll again. Roll another perception check with advantage this time to see if you can see anything.
19.
Perfect. Okay, this time you are able to glimpse. So we'll say for the narrative, timey-wimey, whatever, you see that there is a closet door across the room that has a flash of the color of Z's dress disappear into it, and it slams shut. Just as it happens, you're able to catch it behind a crowd of people.
So I'm like, come here, come on, come here.
I'm walking with you.
Perfect. So you guys are able to go over there. And at that point, so you guys make it over to...
No!
You've turned sideways! God. And you're blurry. Devastating. Great. Well, you guys get over there. We'll say that that's the, the introduction, the finding, the discussion, the perception will get you guys over there. And then we'll actually go right to Z and Cam inside the closet with the woman in the woman in the plum gown. I believe you have her up against the wall at knife point after she stabbed you. So Z and Cam, you can have a little scene here with whatever you want to do.
Oh my goodness, she stabbed you? She
just stabbed me.
Are you okay? Do you need me to get Bree or a Band-Aid or?
No, I'm fine. But
I can't. Where
we should
I
do something
put
about
pressure
her.
on it?
It's
about
okay. It wasn't that it wasn't a very good stab.
Hey.
Oh, okay. So you're fine. You're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we need?
Oh.
Are we
Oh God.
Okay, Zach on the stream.
We'll take a pause. We've lost
Miranda.
Miranda.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Okay.
I was so.
And we're back.
Oh Lord! Oh my goodness!
Carry on. Carry on.
Why did she stab you?
I don't know. Why did you stab me?
Why did you stab her?
Because you were trying to chase me.
You don't just stab. I've been chased a lot of times and no one's ever just stabbed me.
What if I just wanted to talk?
Or stabbed them.
Well, I don't want to talk. Let me go.
Should I stab her?
No.
Should I? And I'll pull out my dagger. Do you want me to get, what's happening to me? I don't.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
She tries to struggle against your
gonna cast
Stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna cast my new thingy. What is it? I'm so sorry. My new channel divinity, read thoughts.
Ooh.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. For this one, I'm just rolling straight. No bonuses or anything. So 11.
That fails.
Grand.
So I can read her surface thoughts, and then for 1 minute, and during that minute, I can cast suggestion as an action without expending a spell slot.
Ooh, okay, cool. So surface thoughts immediately are a lot of expletives, how do I get out of here? But you would also hear the fleeting thought at the top of her mind of Greaves better have this handled.
I'll go ahead and use suggestion to just say, stay here.
Okay.
Just to keep her not fighting us.
Yep. She will the tension in her body shifts down to very neutral. Her face and eyes just go very neutral, and she just stands there.
I can read thoughts now. It's a new thing. She's thinking that she hopes Greaves has this handled, so maybe we should go try to find him.
You can read thoughts now?
Mm-hmm. I just it's the first time I've ever
done it. Are you reading my thoughts right now?
No.
Can you do it now?
I won't read your thoughts.
Okay, good.
But I was just
don't
sitting
do
here
that.
And I was like,
if you do, give me a warning.
I won't. I promise I won't. But I read I just thought I might be able to, and I could. So.
But what was her thoughts, Greaves?
She says that he better have this handled.
Oh. She doesn't sound too confident in him.
No. But it seems like maybe he could have it handled, and maybe we should go stop with that. Do you have any rope? Do I have any rope?
I've got rope.
You probably have rope. Cool. So you tie her
up. It's a little too tight. Rope burn.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Instead of a stab.
She remembers her time in the 8th circle.
I do.
Yeah. I know exactly how to tie this one.
I stop in the middle of a knot and I grin a little. And then pull it tight.
Grin a little. At this point, Zara and Thomas would join as well. So I'll let you guys have a little bit of time if you want to chat through anything. You can have a couple minutes of RP here as all the four of you as they come into the closet. Mm-hmm. And you see that there is a woman in a plum gown, very kind of just a little bit catatonic looking, and she's got her hands tied behind her back now. Cam and Z are here, and Z is has a blood stain on her abdomen that is noticeable.
Cam, 8th circle?
She stabbed me.
Oh. She's stabbed. She's injured in her side.
Oh.
She got stabbed.
I'm fine.
I would immediately try to heal her.
Yes, perfect. Great. That's what we're here for, to fix this mess. And I'm glancing nervously to Thomas.
Yeah.
So was there a reason that this is going on? I was here to, make some business deals, and you're getting stabbed?
I thought you weren't going to be here.
Oh.
What, are you my assistant now? You're monitoring my daily schedule?
I just asked if you wanted to come, and you said no.
I didn't want to come as part of the group. I wanted to attend as the manager of the Nine Hells.
Okay. Yeah, we're just on a job.
Yes, there's the Thieves Guild is doing some shenanigans, and we were sent to protect the diadem, and I'm just the muscle. That's all I know.
And I got stabbed.
And she got stabbed. Very important.
So who's threatening the diadem at the moment?
The Thieves Guild.
Which she is a part of.
Yes.
Yes.
Does anyone know, before we get this started, does anyone know prestidigitation, have it on them? Because this is a very nice suit, and I really...
I'm sure we can find somebody.
I just want to keep this clean, as we go. I don't want to be sitting in someone's entrails for a night wearing this.
I do have an extra... Nope, I don't have anything for you.
We'll cross that road when we get to it. Okay, well.
So she's tied up, but I think maybe we need to go see where everybody else is.
Yeah, we should get our eyes back on that diadem.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because she's not going to do anything.
Zara, are you going to be healing at all? If you want to roll for any healing, go for it.
Yeah, I got 6.
Great. So 6 HP healed. Z.
He's only missing 3.
Beautiful.
So you get
That's
2
the power
temporary,
of right
3
there.
temporary hit points.
No.
Yeah.
I'm in charge.
Dang it.
So you guys all, I'm assuming, would try to go find. So at that point, if you guys are leaving, I will allow you guys to run into Dom and Shadow on the way in the hallway. So then everyone is kind of coalescing and going off to find where they went. And then we will go ahead and go to Bree, who is with the Archduchess and Lady Carmela, the heiress. you guys, Lady Carmela has her mother on her arm, is kind of leading you guys to a room that is kind of tucked around a few different corners. And when they get inside, she allows you to come inside because you said you needed to stay. So you guys are all inside. It's kind of a smallish room, but not super small. This is a palace, so it's kind of maybe a medium-sized room. It's again similar to the room actually that Dom was just in. It's like a parlor, but there is more almost like half kitchenette kind of. So it's got like a china cabinet, a little table, and some chairs. She helps her mother to sit down and then goes to the door, and you see that there are quite like locks. So it's almost like a not a safe room per se, but like a safer. There's like a lot of, and she says like this is this is just where we are supposed to go if anything goes wrong, and then they will come and fetch us when it is safe. So she like locks everything up. And then Bree, if there's anything you want to do immediately, let me know, and then I have a request of you.
Cool. I would, if my locate object fails at any point, I would, instead of re-upping it, cast detect magic.
Okay.
Now knowing that the diadem is magic, that I can track it in less footage and distance, but also know what magic it is.
Got it. So yes, I would say that as you get in here, locate object is still up.
Okay.
It would, probably fail. We'll say it fails now because it's been a little bit.
Sure. And just when we got in the room, I would also like take an extra chair, shove it under the door, assuming it opens inward into the room. Basically, like barricade the door a little bit more.
Yep.
And if there's time, I think look for any secret entry into this room or possible other entry. If in the time between like locate object or anything is like that's kind of her goal of like securing the room as much as possible.
Yep. And you'd actually see as you put the chair under the door, Carmela actually like nods like as if she's approving of the extra protection. Do you want to cast detect magic first, or do you want to search the room first? Because you would feel the location. Okay, great. So
yeah, that might also tell me if there's any magical things in the room that would help with
yes. So you check detect magic, and the only so the ping that you get is the diadem.
Okay.
Very clearly, and from a schools of magic perspective, you get almost, it feels like a mix of the heaviest presence. It's actually feels quite strongly magical. The heaviest presence you get is enchantment magic.
Okay.
And then I would like you to roll me a perception check, please, as well.
Nice. 23.
Okay. So you are casting detect magic. You get this feeling on the diadem. It feels like enchantment magic is the primary source here. Some other threads potentially as well, of other schools of magic involved, but enchantment is definitely the primary. You do a brief, kind of glance around the room, and you happen to start at one side. You're kind of like, okay, let me just take a look around, like see if there's any, again, similar to Dom, like any buttons, any things, any whatevers, any levers, any doors. And maybe it was that you didn't, look in the right side of the room first. Maybe you don't really even know it happened so fast, but you all of a sudden hear a shout from the heiress, and you turn and you see a familiar figure suddenly, as if out of nowhere. Behind the heiress, the Archduchess, he's got his arm around her and a knife to her throat. And it's Greaves with darker hair. You know it's him, but his hair is no longer light. And he is holding the knife to her throat, and the heiress is like she's got her hand on her sword, but it's like it was too fast, and she just looks at you and looks at and Greaves goes, so your Dom wasn't able to get this done faster, huh?
You mean when he was you? And pretending to be you?
No, like tonight. This was supposed to be, you know what? Never mind. And I will give you the opportunity to do something here. I'd say probably a dex check to see if you're trying to intervene.
Sure.
You see his arm tense, and he is about to kill her. I will give you one chance.
I mean, I think the easiest thing for me to do would be to cast a spell.
Okay.
And I would cast command on him.
Okay.
So he needs a wisdom save.
Okay. That's gonna be plus.
It's nothing.
Plus nothing. Plus nothing. 18.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you try to cast command. In this moment, you are surprised. You are caught off guard. You are any number of things, and it happens faster than you could even believe or imagine. And all of a sudden, the knife is pulled, and the Archduchess crumples forward, and the diadem falls to the ground as he lets her go. And the heiress screams and pulls her sword and runs at him. And she pushes him against the wall and stabs her sword directly into his abdomen and twists and pulls and just
Jesus.
And Greaves also slumps over and falls to the ground.
Wow. Okay. I assume if she's a frail old lady, probably not, but I would, as soon as I could move, run forward and cast Spare the Dying on her and try to save the Duchess.
Read me the description of that spell for me.
You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, so it's basically stabilizing.
Okay.
And that's it, and they just become stable. So they don't have hit points, but they are at least not rolling death saves.
And is there a time limit for that?
No, I think it's just as long as they're not outright dead.
Okay.
And just with 0 hit points.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You touch a living creature and they become stable. So and that's why I was like, if she's a frail old lady and would have done
I feel
double
like that's
damage
too far, yeah.
Than her HP.
But you go directly to her and you attempt, but I think you notice pretty quickly that it's too far gone. And if it was a different kind of stab, if it was a different kind of attempt, there would potentially have been a way. She wasn't sick, but she is very old. So right. I think that it's to the point where with this kind of murder, it is going to be too much.
Okay. Then while the princess, I don't remember her exact title, but
Lady Carmilla, yes,
is going ham on the other person, I'm gonna take the diadem and put it into the same behind my back hidden hook that my whip is on, and just kind of hook just away for now, and kind of go up and try to calm her down and stop her from stabbing the probably already dead person.
Breathing hard, her eyes, she's seeing red, but as you come and approach her, she whirls on you, almost like as in, you know, she's in this like fury and looks at you and
I'm sorry.
Fuck. And she just looks down at her mother and is like, just speechless.
We have heard these screams from where we were.
So I think at this point, this is interesting. Yes, I think that at this point you guys would have heard all of this commotion and you can approach the door. You are unable to open it from the outside. If you try to open it, it is locked. But you do hear from inside the loud fuck as you've gotten to the door and like go to...
I would just start banging on the door. Bree, it's us.
Where's the... And she looks around and she's like, where's did he take?
I have it. He didn't take it. I have it. It's safe. I wasn't sure if more was gonna arrive, so I just hid it. I'm gonna open the door, assuming it is.
Yeah, she like kneels at the ground and is like just over her mother's body.
Okay, great. I took the diadem to see if she was like, okay, now give me the diadem, or was more concerned about her dead mother. So now she at least is on my good side. Oh no, now Kelsey froze. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, you're back. Okay. Shoo.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, there she is.
Sorry.
But I would go to the door and say, basically say password to them, and not in like a joking way, but I think it's very much something that they would have of like some word to like know it's each other and it's safe.
Hornswoggle.
Okay, great. And I'll take the chair and start.
Amazing. So you're able to open the door and you all see the Archduchess is dead. The heiress is kind of like crumpled, almost like over her. Greaves is dead, just completely like.
I think that Dom goes over to see if that actually is Greaves.
Okay,
he's
go ahead.
Like wondering if it's some kind of trick.
Roll me an investigation check for me.
11 plus 9, dirty 20.
Okay, it is. Or at least it appears to be from everything you can see. You know, there's no magical... The hair is different. Hair color is different. But it is the hair color that he changed it to when you saw it. So...
And it hasn't changed back?
Hasn't. Yeah, we'll say that it stays just like what it was when he died.
Yeah, he teleported in here or something and just killed her instead of... I mean, I don't know how he would have gotten the diadem with that action, knowing we were both here, but...
At this point, as everyone's kind of taking this in, the head of the guard runs over and is in the doorway and just kind of struck by this scene. And you see him kind of like swallow hard and almost like put on like someone who is like, I have to put my feelings aside for a minute here and do my job. And he says, where's the diadem?
I have it. It's safe.
He holds out a hand. It must be returned now.
Can I insight check on his intentions of taking the diadem?
Yep. You absolutely may.
Nat 20.
Hey.
Yeah, you see pain in this man. Like this, he served the Archduchess for essentially his entire life. You see that he is fighting to maintain his duty and his job, and he genuinely is like, I have to do my job in this moment, and then I can feel everything later.
And I'll take it out from its hiding spot and hand it to him.
He takes it and looks at the heiress, and she like looks up at him, and her eyes are kind of like red, and he says, "You know what you have to do now." And she also kind of just like nods and stands and looks at all of you and says, I suppose you're all done for the evening.
No, this isn't over. He wasn't working alone. Has anyone seen any other people?
I've got someone tied up in the closet out there. He stabbed me.
Oh, are you okay? Do you need any?
Which closet? Dom's like immediately like
sort of point in the general direction of the closet.
Yeah, Dom immediately heads to him.
Is everyone else gonna follow Dom or stay behind?
I would follow.
Yeah, I would like
Okay.
to be last out of the room.
Okay.
And I would just turn to the heiress and
Yep.
just look at her and say, I'm really sorry. But we hope to right this in any way we can.
And she looks at you and almost with that like last sentence, like we will write this any way we can. Like her face kind of changes a bit to more of like a fierce determination. And she says, they will pay. And then she goes with the head of the guard, and you know that they are going towards the room that you guys actually initially saw the diadem in. They're heading to like the main office almost, probably to discuss what happens next.
As I would be leaving, I would check in with the captain of like,
yep,
do you need us anywhere besides finding anyone else that might have been involved? Do you want one of us to stay with you for added, or with her for added protection? Just
I've got
whatever you need.
I could help. Protect.
Yeah, I mean,
he shakes his head and he says, do what you will with the other members of the guild. The rest is up to me.
Okay. And then I'll follow Dom.
Yeah. I would follow.
Whale.
I would stop.
Whale.
I would stop everybody like 10 feet away from the closet.
Okay.
And then I would just say, and then I would cast Disguise Self, make myself look like Greaves with brown hair.
Oh!
And then I hurry and rush into the room and open the closet and slam it shut. Stand there for a second.
Is she still under the suggestion?
I was just about to look up how long suggestion lasts because I'm not sure.
You can dispel it, I think, if that's the plan.
Okay, yeah, I'll just dispel it.
Okay,
regardless.
great.
But I think
I was
it
like,
would
she'd probably still just be
over
like,
anyway.
Okay, cool. So then she kind of snaps out of it and like realizes that she's tied. She's like, let me out.
He bends down and he gets out his dagger. In Thieves' Cant, he says,
nice.
Where are the others?
Gone. She replies with Thieves' Cant.
They made it safely?
Yes. All gone. The chaos was enough to get away unseen.
Still head to the cellar?
You're in charge. Unless Dom's in charge.
Oh.
And she kind of says that. It's like she has like almost like a raised brow, like, the fuck is going on?
The asshole thought he could do. He's been done.
And is it done?
He's dead.
And she looks like impressed and a little relieved and nods. And the diadem?
Secure.
Can she roll an insight on you?
Can I roll deception?
Obviously, yes, and obviously
Okay.
she only has what she has, right? But who knows? That's only an 8, so probably not.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, so she looks at you and kind of like, you can tell that she's like narrowing her eyes, like secure feels odd to just say that, but okay. And
I kind of mirror that.
Okay.
And I like let's say I get her wrists off, but I haven't gotten her ankles off.
Okay, and then she just nods as if like, all right, I'm backing off.
You say you are.
And she replies in Thieves' Cant, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dom was disguising himself earlier. Are you who you say you are?
I'm not fucking Dom.
What are the names of the others that were with us?
The names of the others that were with us. One more. I'm gonna give her one more chance. So do another deception check, please.
That's a 17 plus 9, which is 26.
Okay,
Plus
she does not pass.
Jesus.
She does
I just
not
got
pass.
one of the 2 things I just got expertise in.
That's incredible.
Nice.
She lists the name of, it was 5 total, I think. 1 was Greaves, 1 was her. So she lists the name of 3 other guild members that you know.
Okay, cool.
And has like a, what of it? Like, what? Are you satisfied?
I stand up. I drop disguise self. And I say,
Power move.
Her hands are released.
Yeah.
She's gonna try and attack you, but go for it first.
Yeah.
You can say what you're gonna say first.
I just say, the standards really have dropped since.
All right, she's gonna try and roll an attack. She reaches for her knife and tries to stab out, and it's a 16 to hit.
Normally wouldn't hit, but I don't have my armor on, so yes, that does hit.
Oh, okay. So she's able to get a slash off on you, and we'll just say that it's like a basic 1d4 dagger. So again, nothing crazy, but she does try to that's 4, so 4 damage as she slashes you with a knife. And she like probably knows that her legs are still tied, so she goes down to try and untie them.
Okay, yeah.
Would this... Sorry, you go ahead.
I just want to try to, if she bends down to try to tie, I'm gonna take out my rapier and try to bonk her on the back of the head with a pummel.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna let it happen. She's just an NPC, so
yeah.
Yes, you bonk her in the head. She didn't think you were gonna do anything. I think that I have a feeling that, just for like the basics, like Greaves probably tried to tell like his followers that you were like weak and soft, and that you wouldn't actually do what needed to be done when it came to it. So I think she would have been, conditioned to believe that you wouldn't have. So she just kind of crumples to the ground. At that, I think you guys hear a bit of this shuffle in the closet.
Can I ask just a brief question? It's a bit of a retcon insight check, if you would allow it. When I said she's dead, and you said that she was impressed. Can I read on whether or not she expected that to happen?
Ooh.
And I'll roll an insight check if you want.
I think that she did. I mean, that was the plan. So like, you get the sense that like that was the plan.
It wasn't just to steal the diadem.
Yeah, that like she was like, oh, nice, okay, great.
Which like, Silas either didn't know or lied to me.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Then I just I kind of bugged up against the back door, but then I open it up and I'm like holding my side.
Another stab from the.
But I point back behind me and I say, "You gave me what we needed to know. I know the others that were involved."
I think Bree, hearing this scuffle, was like mid, like about to like punch in as you just opened the door. It's like, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Because we did.
We did fail.
We didn't know that was going to happen. I mean, that seemed like the goal. He didn't barter anything when he showed up. He just killed her. So this was a assassination more than a heist, it seems. And I'll like pat him on the shoulder and give him 5 points of my lay on hands.
Lay on hands.
What do we want to do with her?
Are there others still here that we should get as well, or?
Already made it. I can give the names.
Okay, I'll just go in and just like throw over my shoulder and get ready to go.
Can I retie her hands?
You can.
I'll meet you all there. I just you mentioned something about the wine cellar. Anyone else?
I'll join you.
I'll come too for protection.
Meet you at the captain's office.
Okay, so is it just me and Zizar? Are you splitting up, or are you both going the same way? one of you raised your hands, but the other didn't. So
If
you don't usually split up. So
I was gonna say I would say of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 and 3.
Okay.
3 and 3. Sweet.
Great.
Okay, great. Let's do the so as Breezy and Zara head to the office with the body, we'll do the wine cellar first, and then we'll go, because then they would probably rejoin at the end. So following Dom, Thomas, and Cam, what would you like to do? You can get there pretty easily. I don't think anyone's out to stop you. Everyone's aware now that you guys were like hired to help, so nobody's going to be standing in your way.
I mean, I think I just the wine cellar and look there, or if they're careless, but parchment lying around with, I don't know, just looking for any evidence that there was anything nefarious on here, and or any people here waiting.
Gotcha. There are no people, but you guys can all roll me a perception or investigation check to see if there's anything left behind. Because again, I would also assume no, but if you roll it at 20, maybe that's different. Who knows? Okay.
21 for me.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Are you serious?
Yeah. On the rosy dice.
And we know that Angie rolled a nat 20 because Angie rolls suck.
I know. Oh, okay. Yes. So let's think. How can we give you something here in reward for your natural 20?
An extra big great axe.
Yeah, you don't find anything with the story, but you find like a really cool.
Yeah, you find a really cool book. Or another free pass ticket to the 8th layer of. It's like a coupon.
Okay, I'm exploring myself. All right, shut up about
I'm not handing those out.
I did not agree to those terms at all.
There are no coupons. It's just a joke. So okay, let's think. So what I will say is, Dom and Thomas, you don't see anything. There are no people. You can confirm there are no people. There, you are able, however, I would say the two of you are able to find that there is one large barrel. I'm stealing this from Baldur's Gate as well. Totally gonna be honest about this. There's one barrel that actually, if you open it, it's like a little tunnel that leads into, we'll say, like the sewer network. So if there was an exit strategy, it would be out through here.
Yeah.
But there's nobody here. It was closed completely. Nobody is. You were able to even like go through the tunnels a while. Nobody. Nothing. Cam. I will say that you are able to find a piece of parchment.
Yay!
A piece of parchment that is soaked through. You cannot read any legible writing on it.
What's it soaked with?
It's like wet down here. Like we'll just say it's like, wine cellar, and then they were coming in from the sewers, so it's like soaked through. You can tell that it's parchment, you can tell that it had writing on it. What is interesting is the seal that is still barely attached to the wet paper. And it is not a seal that you would have seen before. So, like, I think everybody kind of knows, like, all of the masquerade invitations and everything. Like, the official royal seal of Evanar is not this.
Okay.
But you also know that it's not common for, like, the random rigmarole to have wax seals.
Yeah.
So that is what I'll say that you find.
I would hold it up for Dom and Thomas and say, does anybody recognize this seal?
Well, let me look at it.
You guys both roll a history check for me.
Oh, wow, but I rolled a 19, 22.
10.
Cool beans. So I will say, neither of you have ever seen this before. This is, you get the same information again, like weird that this was here. I think, Dom, you're able to put the piece, like, if this did come from one of the people coming in and out from the Thieves Guild, that probably wasn't from them. Like, they don't use wax seals. That's the only other thing you'd know is Thieves Guild doesn't really use wax seals for anything like that. Definitely not like a stamp in it. If they did wax, it would just be plain.
Do I know of any other party members that have mending? Damn it. Okay.
I don't
know. What does the seal look like?
We will say that's a very good
perception checks.
Very good point. I would say that it appears to be like a vine with thorns.
Could I roll a history? Oh no, they roll.
You would have gotten. I would have given this to you if it was relevant. Okay. If you would have known, so you don't know what this is.
A vine with thorns. Cool. The paper is useless, right? Like there's no.
It doesn't have any. Yeah, there's really nothing you're gonna be able to get out of paper.
Can I peel the seal off of the paper and just like toss the paper and keep the seal?
Yes.
Yep. I'm gonna stick it to my. Oh, this would make a good tattoo. Yeah, I'll keep the seal.
Then. All right. Well, they came down here. They're long gone. Sorry to make you ruin your boots for nothing, Thomas.
It's really devastating, actually.
You volunteered to come!
All right, cool. We'll jump over then to the other group. You are able to approach. Can I have all three of you please roll me a perception check as you approach the closed door to the office?
18.
22.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so I'll say all three of you hear this. You approach and it seems that there's an argument going on inside. You can hear Lady Carmela's voice, and you can hear the head. What's the head of the group? Sir Philip? Sir Philip, I was right. Sir Philip's voice.
Peter.
Peter! Sir Philip and Lady Carmela seem to be in some sort of argument, and you hear snippets of it through the heavy wooden door as you approach. You hear him say, "But there are rules for a reason." And you hear her say, "This is an emergency and my mother was killed before my very eyes. We have to act now."
I would say I think we should help them. I think we should go in there and tell them we'll fight.
Well, we don't know if it's a fight. Maybe we not one for eavesdropping usually, but I am curious.
Are you going to continue to listen from outside?
That's what I mean. I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love scenes with myself. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah. No.
I should have made their voices a little different. I'll give her a little bit of a British accent. That way you'll tell the difference. So, Sir Philip, there is a time that must be followed. There are steps that must be followed, and it is an emergency on our door. It is clearly endangering the people. If they can get in here, they can get in anywhere, and they must be stopped now. I am clearly the next in line. There is no competition for my position. There should not have to be rules. We need to bypass, and I need to act now. Give it to me now.
Wait for
continue
Philip's
to listen,
response.
Okay,
and then...
so Philip, actually, there is no response. It is quiet. Either they've lowered their voices and continue to talk, or he isn't saying anything. So it's quiet.
I think we should just walk right in with the prisoner.
Yeah, I think in the quiet, Bree would get nervous that they would know that they're there and just like make some sound as if they're just walking up with like, and just like open the door.
Door open.
Good one.
We found one of the people responsible.
I went from Dom. Oh, hi. Hello.
they kind of snap out of it a little bit. You see that she was kind of like standing before the desk with her arms crossed, and he was standing behind the desk. And if you guys want to roll an insight check on him, because you can see his face as you come in, her back is facing to you, but.
Oh yeah, I'm rolling way too well.
Modified 20.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Woo!
What?
I'm just copying them.
Rolling something today. What'd you get, Zar?
9.
Perfect. Zar, you can't really read anything. You can tell there's tension in the room, but beyond that, nothing else. Z and Bree, you are able to read before he kind of like pulls it together because you guys are here. He's torn. Whatever she said has struck him as a fair point, and he is stuck. He like doesn't agree, but he also knows that she's probably right. Like there's like that kind of like war within himself almost. And then you come in and he looks and notices the unconscious body over your shoulder and did you find one of the assailants?
Yes, she was the only one that was left. We had thankfully caught her before it seemed they all escaped, but
there were more?
There are more. Dom has the names. I don't know them, but Dom has them.
Okay. All right. Well, we can, and he kind of like waves out, and what his like second in command guy comes in, and he's like, "Can you please get this woman to a jail cell?" And he's like, "Yep, got it." So he takes her off your hands and gets her away to prison for further interrogation, and he nods. Yeah, go ahead.
Where is the diadem at this moment?
So the diadem is in the little cabinet.
Okay.
So the little cabinet, it's like set in there, but it's open, so you can see it is there.
Okay.
Looks the same as always. He nods and says, "Well, thank you for your efforts. I believe that is all that we will need from you at this time. The diadem has been returned safely, so you will get your payment as promised." And he goes into the drawer and takes out a bag of coin and hands it to you. And at this point, the rest of you can all join if you'd like.
That's good. Yeah.
Like
is it like individual bags for everyone, or just like one lump sum?
He gave it as a lump sum to split as you wish. But he did not give Dom's as was requested, so there was no 100 for him. But there's 100 for everybody, and there's no 100 for Thomas, I guess, because he technically didn't sign up. So 400 gold is in the bag, to be distributed as.
Bree would start counting out her 100 to give back, and saying, "I was not able to protect the Archjustice when I was in the room, and I don't feel in good conscience I can take this money."
Well, like, Bree.
He looks moved, frankly.
It was very hard, the work we did, though. So
yeah,
money is time.
Technically, we were hired to protect the diadem, and
she just counts out her 100. Everybody else still has their 100.
But you could buy a drinks with that 100.
You can buy your own. You can also. Cam, you have 100 gold.
I could use my 100
gold. Do you want the 100 or not? The extra.
No. Mine is back with you, please. Everybody else has their share.
Okay. Yeah.
So my money I can do with what I want.
Yeah, Camzy and Zar get their money. Camzy
You're
and Zar.
not going to take your 100. I could take your 100 for
Who are you?
Who are you? Thomas just walks in.
I'm sort of the face of the group sometimes, so for like appearances and things of.
He's usually part of our group. Just was attending the party tonight. So you hadn't met him yet.
Didn't you say that this wasn't your actual job or something?
A lot of investigating of me tonight. I don't know why that's a recurring theme.
Camzy Sir Philip takes the 100
Think
back
you're
and
too
nods.
good to go to the party with us. Okay.
If that will be quite all, we are in the middle of.
You want the names of the others who were involved?
I will take them, yes, and we can handle it accordingly.
I speak.
If that is of interest, then yes, he says.
I want to know the names.
Sorry?
Weird, man.
Bree leaves. She
I
gives them the room.
I would, begrudgingly.
Do you just want to speak to the captain alone, or the heiress as well?
If she doesn't leave, if everybody else leaves the room and then it's just the three of us, I will look.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, she leaves.
Okay, cool.
But she'll glance at Sir Philip and as in this continues. And he nods and she leaves.
Just curious before we go ahead, Bree.
I was just gonna say, having overheard and Bree thinking what she does, I think as she would be leaving, she would stop Dom and whisper in the ear is the heiress definitely has it out for the Thieves Guild now, rightly so. Just be careful. I'll give her a kiss on the cheek and walk out the room.
Shadow follows you. Just before I start this conversation with Sir Philip, are there any windows in this room?
Oh no. Oh no.
Pick evens or odds for me.
Odds.
Odds is windows, evens is not. 17, there is a window. So there's a window on the side. It's small, I'll say, because it's like a, they don't want too much, but there's maybe a single, this sized window.
Sorry, Captain. I killed you in the moment that I kept the diadem. You keep the bargain, but tonight was a failure.
He looses a heavy breath and sits and kind of rubs a hand on his face, and he just, your adventuring partner was correct. You were hired to protect the diadem.
Well, I was hired to, in my eyes, build a bridge. Halted. I want you to speak plainly with me if you don't. For your plans, woman in custody, and the about to give.
We will get as much information out of the individual that we have. And I suppose the rest is up to the next in line.
Seems to have a lot of anger in her. Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
But job. This was not the work of not the way we operate.
He, kind of gives it some thought, and he nods and he goes, but it is how you operated this evening. And frankly, you wish me to speak plain? If your leader cannot sense such stirrings in his own group, and he just kind of the Archduchess was always one for peace at all cost. It caused some tension with those who disagreed with her, but she and Silas Latimer were on respectful terms.
But
I do not think that
continue.
Will continue. I do not think that will continue. Her daughter is known for a very different approach.
Those women are good people. I mean, I know that this tonight with Greaves does not represent.
All I say is I am not one to believe that a life of thievery can be good, but
who has fed the poor? Who's made sure that they had shelter? Means to protect them. Because I'll answer that question for you, Captain. It wasn't you. Is the window behind me?
It is. So if you're facing him, he's sitting here. It's to your left.
I just wish that we found ourselves on better. I'm going to use the cantrip lightning lure.
Okay.
And I create a flash of lightning energy at a target within 15 feet of me. You said specifically that the cabinet was open. So I will lightning lure the diadem and skin it over to me, and then I will jump out the window and cast Featherfall.
Oh no!
Okay. Okay. So it just lightning lures. It just pulls. Yeah, it's only an 8. Okay. Yep.
And then I jump out the window and I cast Featherfall using my magic initiate because I don't have any spell slots left. But my magic initiate spell, Featherfall.
Okay. So you do it, and everyone outside will hear a loud shout. And then the captain of the guard bursts out of the door, and he looks at all of you standing there, and
just casually like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do next? Let's go grab a drink.
He's gonna call for your arrest.
What? No!
As he's calling, I will step forward and
arrest
the illusion that's holding my form together will shift, and I will go back to my normal form. Hi there.
Oh no.
He is not in for conversation.
Oh, no.
I will say, if you would like to try and subdue, attack, or silence him, you may, but he is not in a communicative.
Okay, I'll cast Charm Person on him.
Great, go for it. Is this a wisdom?
Hey, he said the thing.
He said it. He got a 12.
That just fails.
Great. So the shout has been made, so y'all are gonna need to leave if you don't want to be apprehended. You don't know what happened inside, but he is charmed. So Thomas, what would you like to do?
I'll tell him, go meet your guards and tell them that actually everything is fine, and you actually just want to talk about your feelings for the next hour with them.
His eyes are like kind of like a purpley, pinky haze almost, and he nods slowly and turns to do it. But again, this is something that will fade, and he will know
in an hour.
So yes,
we need to go.
I would run into the room where I thought Dom was still.
The window is broken. The window is broken,
Oh my God.
and the diadem is gone.
Start running outside.
We gotta go.
If I look out the window, do I see Dom still falling? Or is he... I don't know how high up we were, so...
Let's say you can see him land and start to run. So yes, you do see him.
I look up right as I run. And I just like look up at you, and
This is bad.
You see a face.
Real bad.
You see a face of like pure sorrow, and then he runs.
Oh my god!
I would jump out the window, pull out my wings, and follow him as fast as possible.
Okay. Czar, you were gonna do something. What would you like to do?
I would like to summon my broom of flying.
Oh my god!
Okay.
And jump on it and fly out the window, and then tell Tom to get on. I can hold up to 400 pounds.
Okay. All right, Tom, do you jump on?
I was gonna try to hide from you guys, but Czar seems to be smelling what I'm stepping in, so I jump on the broom with Czar.
Wait, everyone.
Wait.
Can we pause for a second, guys? Why are we? Wait,
let's take a breath.
What are you doing, Czar? Why are you helping him?
What's going on?
I have to get to the Thieves Guild, and I tell Czar where to take me.
Why?
Okay, Czar, do you take him?
Yeah.
All right.
Czar, stop!
They're going to try and kill everyone.
Okay. So we're pausing. So Dom and Czar are on the way to this.
And Bree's just flying right next to us talking to us.
Bree is following as well.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
anybody else want to jump out the window?
We're gonna hold on that. Thomas and Z and Cam, what are you guys doing?
God.
Thomas is like, we gotta go. So are you guys all running out?
I started running out probably
great.
Before Czar even jumped out the window.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Same,
Excellent.
honestly.
Yeah,
okay, great.
I'll just
So you guys
stick
are all
with
running.
Thomas. Yeah.
And if I can see them, I would try to like keep running, like after them in that direction.
Yeah, I'll say you can follow in the direction, but you're gonna lose them because I mean, there's no way that you guys can keep up with a broom flying and a flying person. Czar.
Kelsey, I'm sorry.
Czar and Bree, roll me just straight d20s and tell me who gets the higher number. Oh my god.
Well, I got a 1.
Oh,
what?
16?
Okay. Czar and Dom are able to lose you, Bree.
Well, I was gonna say my wings only last a minute, so at some point I just fall.
Yep, I think that.
Hopefully, you start going down.
No, she's trying to stop you. She's not.
She's going for it.
I
think
she
what happens is, Czar and Dom, you are zipping through the streets. Bree is right behind you, trying to yell, like whatever. But there's a lot of commotion. There's people. Like you aren't able to really get like a lot of information back and forth. And then as you turn a corner, Czar, Dom, you see Bree like trying to keep up, and then you see the wings like flicker and kind of disappear, and she like almost like tumbles into an apple cart.
I go to instinctively cast Featherfall, but I just used it for the day, and I'm like, fuck no.
And then you're around the corner and you're gone. So
I drop Shadow off the broom.
Oh my god! Okay, great.
I wanted to stay behind with Bree. Yeah.
I know I can't keep up, but I would like probably
continue to
fall and tuck and roll and just keep running, knowing I won't. But like,
great.
She's just running.
You do know the general area where the.
I can at least get to our meet spot that we talked about, but from there I don't.
Probably not. Yeah. So unless Shadow shows her where it is,
I doubt he will.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
Okay. And I think that given all of this chaos, and we'll say maybe that you get to the meet spot, Bree, and the other three are able to find you. So the party is together. Czar and Dom are at the Thieves Guild.
I'll have Shadow go find everybody else and bring them to Bree.
Shadow finds it. So Shadow's able to help get everybody together. You're here at this meet spot. You don't really know what to do. It's maybe like, okay, here's what we're gonna say, because we're gonna head into a break now, because I think everyone needs a minute to just like think about what the hell's going on. Zach, so
I'm sorry.
Like Rybar all over again.
I'm kidding. This is amazing. So here's what happens. So the clouds start to swirl. It is night now, fully nighttime, and a light drizzle starts to pick up into more of a heavy rain. And the four of you and Shadow are underneath at this, kind of at this point, you're underneath an awning. You don't know where to go. You don't know what's going on. You're trying to process all of this. Czar, and you get there, you know, able to jump cool off the broom. And Dom, you are standing before the entrance to the Thieves Guild in this reckoning of what the heck am I going to do? You have the Diadem of Dependence in your possession right now.
Yeah.
Potentially the most powerful, unknown, you know, historical artifact and symbol in your hands. And that is where we will take our break.
Oh my god.
Do you think Bree's gonna love Dome after this?
Our mom and dad.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Never fighting.
Welcome back once again. Let's see how we can wrap this whole thing up.
What?
Oh god.
Oh god. All right. Well, we'll jump right back in. I think that what we will do is I kind of want to start with some RP between the 4 left behinders, pre-Shadow deciding to, or Dom deciding to let Shadow walk you to the Thieves Guild. So I kind of just want to live in that for a second and see what you guys are feeling, what you're doing. So that would be Bree, Thomas, Z, and Cam. You guys are kind of like, what does the meeting point look like? Is it a corner? Is it like, I actually didn't ask this before. Like, what is your meeting point?
That's a good question.
I imagine it as like a bus stop with like a bench and a street light. Not that there's a street light, but...
The 69 bus that goes to Thomas's establishment.
Yes. Oh, nice.
I feel like
it's actually the 666.
Nice.
I feel like it's a
I have
crossroads?
that math one.
Crossroads.
Yeah.
Like,
The 69 is the express. The 666 is the local.
Maybe it's like a crossroads, but you know, in Parks and Rec, how they do the world's smallest park, and it's just like a patch of grass and a bench.
patch of grass.
Yeah.
There's just like
But
a
I also
little
feel
tiny.
like Dom comes from a different like part of the crossroads. Like it's not like we go to the crossroads and then he turns right. He makes a point of like coming from different ones of those, so I don't even know like which direction even from our meeting point
That's
he would
really
always
good.
come from.
That makes a ton of sense. I like it. Okay, great. So you're at this crossroads.
Wow, Dom's really cool.
Nice. So all you know right now is that Dom jumped out a window and that Czar scooped him on the broom and they're gone. And you assume they're going to the Thieves Guild, but you don't know where it is.
Yeah,
Is this
I
our
think
way of finding out that Dom and Czar have been having a thing and are running away together?
I look at Bree immediately.
No, I would know about that.
Bree, are you okay?
she's like stress eating rations. Just
That's not a thing. I would know about that.
no, I'm not stressed about that. And I understand wanting to warn the Thieves Guild. But why did he take the diadem? He's now the most wanted man in this city.
But that was a weird choice.
I think if anybody is going to be the most wanted man in a city, it would be the man. It's good that it's the man that can hide the best.
True.
Sure, but
Czar can't hide very well.
But maybe with Dom, she'll be better.
well, and his actions has clearly put a target on all of our backs as soon as Captain Phillip is out of it.
I'll say this, Captain Phillip owes me 1,000 favors, so probably pull some strings that way.
Still, I think that would help us, not him. And I'm just like pacing around the group, watching each of the directions Dom could have, while like carrying and like aggressively petting Shadow. No.
So we just need to find the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, are
If
we
we can find
coming here?
This is where I always meet Dom after he goes to the Thieves Guild. I don't know where it is. That's the whole point of it, is you can't find it unless you're a part of it.
Well, should we then perhaps each of us... I know what you're going to say, Bree. I know you're going to say don't split the party, but maybe if each of us takes a direction, we can see if we can find Dom.
Do you know, like, the general direction?
No, he comes from a different road. like almost each time, and it's not even like sequential.
If we were close, I would be able to find.
I mean,
might want to stay together then, because if one of us pings him, then we should let the others know.
Yeah. We don't have a good communication method. I think we just hope for the best of Dom's interests and that he will include us when he is ready.
Oh,
until that point,
ridiculous.
I think we should find him. I'm gonna cast locate object on
I won't make you use the spell, because at that point I think, when he's ready, and then I think Shadow would just like lively leap off or leap out of your arms, Bree, and kind of do like a little cat stretch thing, and then look at you expectantly, and then start walking off in a direction.
I would be on his literal tail and just following as close behind him.
We're moving.
Perfect. Excellent.
I'll take up the rear with
Perfect.
my quick attacks.
So you guys are on the way there, and we will cut back to Dom and Zar.
Zar, thank you for bringing me here.
The whole time on the broom, I've just been like, man, I'm so here for my friends. I've always wanted some good friends, and I'm so happy to be here, man. I'd do anything for you guys.
Zar, you're a very good friend of me, and I'm so glad that I have some support in this situation, because really, I thought all of you were going to hate me. So, just to briefly explain, people that you're about to meet are my family. Every sense of the word. Blood relatives. They're the ones who raised me, known me my whole life. And Captain informed me that pretty much their lives were in danger. And so I had to do... and I took this, and he pulls out the diadem. I wasn't quite sure what I was thinking with this, but if I can tell that Silas wasn't aware of the true mission, then maybe they can use it as a bargaining chip, or an act of good faith, or something to get out of this situation. But I'd rather have some very dangerous leverage, no leverage.
Yeah, man, it sounds like you love those people, and you would do anything for them, man. I totally get it.
Thank you, Zar. Do you want to be yourself when you meet them, or do you want to be an animal?
Are they gonna think that we ran off and we're having an affair this whole time and are going off together or something like that?
Bree won't think that. Maybe the others will.
I'll be an animal.
Okay. Before you turn into an animal, here, I think you should take this, and please don't reveal that you have it until I ask you. I just feel like they might search me, but they might not search around. I have all. And if they were in on the plot, I don't want them to have this done.
Okay, man, yeah.
Is
should
that
I
right?
be a kangaroo?
Oh, well, I don't think I would just casually bring a kangaroo in here.
Yeah.
You could look like Shadow. One or two.
But where am I gonna put the diadem?
It'll just disappear. Isn't it when you wild shape? Don't all of your belongings just kind of disappear into you?
Oh, okay.
A kangaroo because of the pouch. I just now got that. Zara's like a genius, but in very strange ways.
Yeah, in really weird ways. I love it.
It's up to you. You don't have to be an animal. You can be yourself. They'll like you.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And then I would just go ahead and do it and get right to it and become a black cat.
Looks so
Perfect.
Cute.
So Zar has the diadem.
Yes.
Just so I'm aware. Okay, great.
And then I put in the code of the bricks in the wall.
And then it opens, and you can head inside and down.
I kind of storm in.
Ooh.
And I start yelling, Silas!
You get down, and some people are kind of like, what the fuck? Because now I'm imagining this as the Thieves Guild in Skyrim.
Yes, exactly. No, I imagine it too. Yeah.
So like, they're kind of like poking their head out of their little alcoves. Or like, there's some people at a table playing dice, and they're like, what the fuck? Why you gotta be like this?
Yeah.
And through the bead curtain that was canon established in the last session, Silas kind of walks out and is just like, what the frickin'?
I walk right up to him. We need to speak in private.
I don't remember his voice, so I'm gonna wing it.
Yeah.
All right. Then he gestures inside and he holds the bead curtain back for you.
Is there anybody in the room?
Confused as to why? Nope. He looks confused as to why you are so upset. Did it go poorly? What?
Silas, I need you to look me in the eyes right now. As far as you knew, what was the plan for?
And he almost he looks scared. Like, why are you?
Yeah.
Originally, it was gonna be Greaves and his crew and stealing the diadem, and now you came the other day and said you would do it. So
Greaves killed the Archduke. Cold blood. He didn't even go after the diadem.
Tell me you're joking, please.
Do I look like I'm fucking joking, son? Inside check.
Yep.
Can I do one?
Please do. Let her do it.
Yes, but I think that
I got a 0, by the way.
A 0?
Oh no, sorry. I have a +0. I rolled a 2.
I think you can, yes. Zar, go ahead. But you're not going to get the same type of information because you don't know him, at all, so.
Okay. It might be awful.
Who knows?
Nah.
Are you gonna say it?
Again? How much?
Sorry, I was looking up the cat stats.
Well, as a druid, you get to keep your mental stats.
You keep your mental stats, so go ahead and roll it as add the regular insight.
Either way.
What is it though?
It's 6.
6? Oh jeez. Okay, so we have a 2 and a 6.
Not an important roll at all.
Not at all. Okay, so that's fail, obviously.
Yeah.
For both of you. So because you failed, this is what you think. Dom, you don't believe him.
Damn it, no!
You did this, not me! You see this response and it's like, that moment where you get off the adrenaline, but then you're so nervous for a conversation that it all builds back up and you are paranoid. You are scared. You did this thing and it's starting to catch up to you. The consequences, your head is kind of going through every possible bad consequence for not just you, but your wife, your friends, your everything. And this does not seem legitimate to you. You do not believe that he is truly surprised. You think he must have known. How could he not have? And he's a good liar. Always has been.
Silas, how could you let something like that happen?
I didn't let it. What the fuck?
How many times have I told you about Greaves? How many times, Silas? And you fell under his spell.
It wasn't a spell. I was trying to give the kid a chance, like I gave you a chance, Dom. I wasn't supposed to see everything. Are you kidding me?
You could see in his eyes that he was a killer. I'm not a killer.
Her?
Yes. My wife has never spoken a lie, and she told me.
And he looks. He's quiet. He's still, and then he as fast as a flash, like picks something up, like chucks it at the wall, like just like we're fucked.
Oh, you have no idea. They're coming for you, Silas.
I didn't know!
They're coming for everyone here. Silas, there's good people here. We just spoke about how this city needs us, and now you put them all in danger.
I didn't know!
Whether I believe that or not is beside the point. You and I can deal with our differences.
How can you not believe? And he like takes your arms and he like holds you and looks at you in the face. How can you, after everything we've been through, how can you not believe me? Where is the diadem, Dom? Because if you have it, that's a bigger problem. Where is it?
They have it.
Inside.
I would tell him the truth.
I'm gonna make you roll this at disadvantage.
Yes, that's fine.
Deception at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, that is a 21.
Okay, he still fails.
Silas, we have to get everyone out.
Out of here means out of here. Dom, we can't come back to Evanar.
I know. In trying to save this city, you've destroyed it.
I didn't. Throws another thing at the wall. He's like, storms out. And he starts shouting orders at everyone. And he's like, as he's shouting orders, he's telling people to go get people. Everyone starts to just scramble. It's chaos. They're packing things. They're getting, everything. And he comes back to you. The heiress, is she in charge yet? Have they skipped any of the protocol? What's happening? What's happening?
From what I heard, the time that they should take in any decision that they're going to make, they're not going to take.
She has the diadem.
What does that diadem do?
You said they have it, right?
What does it do, Silas?
Dom, do they have it?
Oh, Silas! Do I see any of the other three names that were mentioned?
No. As you see everyone moving, he throws his hands up in the air and goes off.
I have it!
He stops. Turns.
Why?
Why? If she's dead, why did you take it?
To give you some kind of leverage so that maybe you get out of this situation alive.
Leverage! He throws it at thing.
Do you have someone... Do I know of someone in the Thieves Guild who would... Narratively, I would think of it as something, but... Mechanically, do I know of anyone in the Thieves Guild who would have the ability to cast Identify?
Evens or odds?
I went with odds the first time, so statistics say I should go with evens, but I'm going with odds.
Odds again. Odds is yes. Evens is no. It is a 16.
Damn it! Statistics!
That's D&D math.
I didn't know... Despite what you've done, Silas, you're still my brother. You're my family. This place is my family. I couldn't let you all... Didn't know what to do. And for a second, Silas would see that boy that came into the Thieves Guild, decades ago.
Yeah.
And just a look of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Scared. And he would just like look to Silas, despite... I think, even if he does think that Silas is lying, I think that Dom wouldn't be able to think anything other than Silas lost his way but is not irredeemable.
Yep.
And so...
I'm sure he knows that too. Yeah. He finally like pauses and looks at you and just... I don't know what it does, Dom. I didn't think it did anything.
It's magical. That I know.
Yep. It was this evening, and the others on the job were here, and they're gone now, but they were here, and I thought everything had gone fine, according to them.
They told you everything went fine?
Yep.
Alice, I have to tell you, Eris, she slaughtered Greek immediately.
Well, he was stupid enough to kill her mother, then that's not my problem.
I minor illusion in my hand the seal that Cam found.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize the symbol?
He narrows his eyes and he looks at it. And then you see realization. And he says, "Stay here." And then he goes. And at this point, the rest of the party is led in. And you all see chaos. People are shoving things into trunks. They're throwing stuff. They're trying to like dig through mattresses. Like, I put gold in here before. I gotta get it out. People are leaving like through tunnels. They're just starting to scurry off. And you see Dom and what appears to be Shadow just hanging out there in the middle of all of this chaos.
Shadow comes up to Shadow and just rubs his head.
Oh. So they're seen, they're not in like a side little room through the beaded curtain?
They came out because he was Greaves. Silas came out to like start yelling at everyone, and he followed. So he's he's out in the middle now. Yep.
I mean, Bree's gonna storm right up to Dom.
Dom just like looks down like a guilty kid.
She storms up to you and says, "Give it to me right now."
I don't have it.
Czar?
Listen, Bree, maybe they need it.
The
captain is going to kill
I
all
am
of the
taking it
thieves.
back to
Bree,
the captain
no!
in hopes that my husband doesn't spend the rest of his life in prison.
I don't mind spending the rest of my life in prison if it means these. I don't. This is my family, Bree. And they're in danger now.
And that's why you do it, and that's what I'm going to try to tell him. That is the only thing that I can think of doing, is if I take this back now and say you were trying to protect your family, maybe you will only spend half of the rest of your life in prison.
He doesn't have a say anymore, Bree. You're trying to... That's what do you think that I didn't... I was in that room trying to reconcile with the man. I was trying to reason with him. He's under the heiress's thumb, and all she sees is red. No matter what you do going back there, you won't be able to convince him.
Then I'll sleep with her. I was in the room when her
You don't have a halo anymore, Bree!
I turn back to Czar. Czar, give me the diadem right now.
I would be feeling my cat.
Bree,
please don't make me force you out of that cat form.
Bree, not everything can be solved with the goodness of your heart. Have you not learned that in our time together? The things that we experienced down there.
Of course I'm aware of that. But this can at least help. What leverage do you think the diadem's going to give these people?
Maybe if they're the ones to return it to them. And
you think the heiress is going to believe that?
What if they do it publicly? In front of everyone. Call out what happened. Then if she kills them, she'll be seen as a tyrant. There are ways.
She also might be seen as killing those that are admitting to being involved in her mother's death in public.
If we can prove that someone else was involved. And I look at Cam and I say, Cam, please, can you show the seal? I feel that this seal is the seal of the group who was involved, and if we can prove their involvement, we can clear the name of the Thieves Guild.
Do I recognize the seal?
You do not recognize the seal. Roll me a history check.
I'd be better.
Somebody has to recognize this.
It's a 3 on the dice, so I'm guessing that's not
Not enough. Not enough.
I would
Anyone
jump
else
on
who...
Cam and start like licking their forehead.
Okay.
Where the stamp was, or the seal.
Yep.
Is this shadow or is this our shadow?
It's our shadow.
My shadow glows slightly.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
doesn't
So this is Zar licking my head right now?
Yes.
Yes.
So whose seal is it?
Good
Does anyone actually know who it is? We need
Silas?
evidence, and we need it
At
fast.
this point, at this point,
Somebody take the seal.
Silas returns with a letter, and it is sealed with a similar seal, the same seal, in fact. And he says, I remember this was delivered here for Greaves, a week and a half ago. Passed it around, didn't know who it was for. He claimed it, and luckily he left it behind. So it is open. So it's like the seal is broken, like it's been read, but the seal is still on it, and it is folded.
I just looked.
Okay, he hands it to Gray and like kind of gives you a little bit of like a.
I give him daggers.
Oh, he's like, I did whatever.
He throws something else against the wall.
He throws something else against the wall. He leaves.
Why are you fighting all these bottles?
Someone was like packing
They're
something,
coming
he just
out of
takes it out of their hand and throws it.
Yeah, throws
It's
it
like,
against the wall.
Oh god, what movie is that? I think it's like Lego Batman, that he just like starts throwing shit and like kicking shit. Oh man.
Incredible. Cool. So the letter reads, if you are reading it.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make this up off the top of my head. It says, so it says, plan is on. You will get what you were promised. Maybe like something like don't spread the word too far. And then it's just signed H.
Well, this is less than helpful. It is signed H.
Everyone here, please.
Just kidding. It's helpful.
Roll me. Let's think about this. Roll me a insight.
Insight.
Plus 0. 19.
Dirty 20.
Natural 20.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
Hell yeah, guys.
This is when you have this many people. It's like the odds of getting a nat 20 in a group check are so high.
12.
Shadow's really cozy.
If it's
Cam?
insight, it's insight, 10.
Okay, cool.
I am not paying attention.
Cam and Zar don't have any. I'll start with people who got good rolls and
Yes.
did not get a nat 20 because
Zar is licking my forehead. I'm
Thomas,
not
you'll
paying
get-
attention.
You'll get a bonus content.
Like tramp.
I'm assuming you guys are all. I'm assuming you guys all are reading this, looking at it. The
I
hand.
would probably read it out loud and then like show everyone it.
Okay, great,
afterwards.
perfect. As you're looking at it, the handwriting is fairly good. It's fairly nice. This would not be like, again, this is not going to be your rigmarole, whatever, scratching with misspellings. Like this person was taught how to write, taught how to read. You can get that from the lettering, the three of you. Thomas, as you are looking at this seal again, something flashes in your mind because you're like, why did like vines with thorns kind of feels familiar? Why does that feel familiar? Like it's not right, but it feels familiar. And then you think about the only other seal that you're seeing most often would be the royal seal because you are doing business in town, right? You would get your letters, your taxes, your whatevers. The seal of the Archduchess, like the seal of the crown, you know this well. It's a rose. So, like, what it just feels. There's something about that feels like familiar, right? You're like, well, vines and thorns, kind of like the it just kind of like strikes in your mind.
I'll bring up that comparison to the group.
Dom, his eyes go wide, and Dom takes out a coin from his pocket with the royal seal and puts it above the seal. The news.
It's as if it connected.
It's the heiress.
Oh, shit.
Why would she want her mother killed?
No. But it's because she wanted that, and I point to the diadem, and that is why we don't bring it back to her. This is why you wait. You make sure you have the... Sorry.
You're saying to wait? Says the guy that just jumped out a window and stole the most sacred artifact in this entire city.
That we now have just saved lives having.
So we assume this could be a ploy for power, and... I mean, she still has the power.
All I know
without
is
the diadem.
That has to be the heiress, right? I mean, the symbol literally is below the royal seal. It represents how she is next in line. Signed H. That is the handwriting of someone who's been educated in her life. It's her.
I don't see how that would be a coincidence.
That's how great you were.
How would he know about the secret room?
And how would he just teleport? It's her.
She did lead us there.
Oh no, I was nice to her.
Allowed to be nice to me.
Oh.
I love to breathe.
I mean, this I don't think still is enough evidence.
I think if we got the captain to see this with his eyes first and alone, he would listen to us.
If I do go in with returning this under that guise, speak to both of them, say I'm going to cast Zone of Truth in order for myself to be honest and catch her in her own lies.
And she would just let you do that?
She might fight it, but she might fail, and if she fails, we'll try it again. Or
would it make more sense to get the captain on our side first? Rather than trying to get both. I think taking this to her without the captain knowing, bad idea. Because she has power over him, Bree. You could walk into that room and she could order you to be stabbed and he would do it.
Yes, that's fair.
Need to get him alone. Thomas?
I mean, I'm just here to, like...
You said he owed you favors.
Well, it's true. But I don't know how far that's going to go. Like, well, I think I could, you know, pull a favor as in, like, don't arrest us, but in terms of anything, you know, government changing...
Well, no, not government changing, but you couldn't get a one-on-one meeting?
I could also try. I mean, he knows what just happened and knows I would plead your case.
You can tell him that you found me, you found the diadem, but he needs to come to us.
He has a regular table at my restaurant.
That could be a good mating place.
Has been a particularly stressful. Could be that.
Good check. Then get him a letter to say meet there at least.
What's everyone else's thoughts on this? Do you agree that this is the heiress? Do you agree that getting captain first is the best idea?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a relationship with the captain, but I was nice to the heiress, so I feel a little more inclined at my skills towards the heiress, but I'll default to the group.
So should we see if he's already there?
Couldn't hurt.
Silas, how can I stay in contact with you? I still think that you should get everyone out of here, but maybe I can send you a message or something. All clear.
Oh, I don't know where we're supposed to go, to be honest. So I don't know where you'd send it to.
How many people are...
That's a good question. What do you think? Like 50? Is that like a lot? Is 50 a lot? Like 50's a lot, but
I feel like there might be 50. I feel like there might be 50 members, but I feel like people actively staying in there and like staying around
probably
there would
less.
be like 20-ish.
Maybe like 20 to 30 people. Yeah.
I look to Bree.
Oh my god.
You're joking.
Are you?
He's a safe place. They would never think to.
Fine.
I look to Silas and I tell him my address.
Oh my god. He looks surprised, given how upset you were with him just a moment ago, and nods.
I'm safe.
It's the only thing I've ever tried to do. I swear to that. He nods and he extends a hand to you. And he does the full arm shake.
I pull him into a hug.
Kind of pats your back a couple times and nods. And then he's a little bit more his, debonair self a bit as he walks backwards. He's like, all right, well, don't get killed out there, kids. And then turns around and proceeds to get everybody together.
Thomas?
Well, I guess I'm leading the way.
Don't mind.
All right. Okay. Ground rules again. You wipe your feet on the rug when you get there. Just because we have staff that clean doesn't mean they clean up after only you.
Okay, but I don't understand. Why is there a rug on the outside and on the inside? Which rug are we wiping our feet on?
Both. Simple glamour. Oh God.
As we leave, I'd like to have a moment with Silas.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I see this happening and almost say something and then I don't.
He's working on stuff, so if you would like to approach him, you can. He wouldn't,
Yeah, I would just approach and, make sure it is... I don't care if Dom notices it, but I don't want him to hear it. And I will lean in close and say, you are more than aware of all that Dom has done for you and his family. But I'm also his family, and if this takes Dom away from me, he may be more hard-pressed to choose between the two of us, but I know where my priorities are, and I'll leave it at that. And I'll walk away.
He doesn't say anything.
Oof.
All right. You make your way to the 9 hells and wipe your feet on the door or not. So everyone, if you wiped your feet, raise your hand. If you did not, do not.
I knew it.
Nothing but respect for this place.
All right, everybody did. Perfect. No hesitance. Maybe Zar did one Matt and not the second one.
Yes.
Zar did
halvesies.
Incredible. So
like
we will say, yeah, we'll say for the sake of time, we'll say that he is there. It was a really bad day, and Thomas would know this, that he does not partake in any of the carnal pleasures of this place. He actually just really prefers the quiet of the floor that he chooses. They have really good food there as well. And he has a particular meal that he gets on particularly bad days with a glass of wine. So he is at his table, not really eating. He's kind of sitting there like...
Are there any guards around?
For him here, there are a few guards. If this was allowed, I guess, Thomas, that's partially a question for you, but I think that he would insist on having at least 2 people there, one nearer to his table and one around the door area, but they don't ever, he pays for their entrance, they don't really do anything, and they don't make any scene.
I think it's fine. I mean, we have security of our own on every floor, so
and they also have more security. Right. Yeah. So there are 2 guards there.
I guess before we walk in, should we all walk in if we are technically wanted by him?
Team.
He doesn't know we're coming. We have the upper hand.
I think we have nothing to be afraid of. We know we're doing
Are we all then approaching all? Okay. Just don't want that to seem as
Can I be in the middle?
An approach of a full group of
what if we
aggression
walk in
over
with our
confidence.
I think we have enough time so I can get changed into actual armor.
Yes, if you want to do that while we chat, yeah.
If people would like to change back into their official armor before doing this, you can do so.
We all stopped by our places first.
I would like to stay in my outfit. I feel very lovely.
Okay,
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I think Bree would probably not change. She'd be too answer.
I'm gonna put on basically what looks, it's thematically the same, but it's like velvet-looking leather armor.
Ooh.
She is gonna grab her sword
leather
though.
Armor, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, you can just have whatever. You had plenty of time.
I think I'm still a cat.
Yeah.
Incredible. Perfect.
I'm carrying her around.
Okay, perfect.
What would we do with the diadem, right? Like, I'm kind of hiding it.
I think it's smart.
It's still within within your cat form. Great.
I think that makes sense.
All right.
Is Thomas, are you, since it's your establishment, leading the conversation, or does everyone? I know there's one person that shouldn't, but is anyone else inclined to?
Oh, it's me, Ken.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh, physically lead the way. I don't think I should lead the conversation.
Well.
Go with your heart, Bree.
Fair enough. And I'll follow close behind Thomas to lead the conversation.
As we're walking, I try to grab Bree's hand.
She
evens or odds.
Did you see?
I think she doesn't like reciprocate the hand, like you kind of just hold her hand as she kind of just keeps it in one position, but she doesn't necessarily pull away.
Okay.
You're just holding her hand.
A dead hand.
Without.
Dead hand. Oh, that's not. Oh.
Well, so we are headed to. So the restaurant is called the Bandits Hideout.
Yes.
Oh.
And that is going to be on the 5th floor, which, when you would get off, looks like you're kind of sitting on top of a mountain range.
Cute.
It's like mountain. The walls are enchanted to look like mountain views, like you're sitting on top of one, and it just keeps going.
As we're walking
it's
to
always
the
like
table,
a light breeze.
As we're walking to the table, Thomas, I must say, I should come here more often. It's very nice.
You're also surprised that I'm actually a professional at what I do, but clearly I'm doing a very good job.
Oh, I'm not surprised at that.
Listen, we haven't. I'll point to like some server over there. Ryan, we talked about this. You have to wear the apron. I don't care how you think it makes you look.
What it cuts at the wrong. No, you want to
Ryan.
Fucking Ryan.
He's a good kid. He's just stubborn about his uniform.
Makes my waist look bad. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we approach the table and then I'll step a little forward and kind of head nod to the chair and ask if I can join him.
He was kind of like gazing off, out into the view, and he sees you and kind of actually chuckles a little under his breath and is like, I had a feeling that you would be here at some point. He doesn't say no, but he also doesn't say yes.
He does the awkward slow and just kind of sits down.
Perfect.
I just stand behind Bree with my own. I don't look intimidating him.
He doesn't look at you.
Yeah.
He doesn't acknowledge you.
Well, I suppose I should get right to it. I'm not going to excuse what necessarily has been done, but I do think it is pertinent that you understand some information we've recently learned that does change the circumstance of it quite a lot. And I also want to say, I hope in what you've seen of me thus far, you know that I am a fairly truthful person, and I'm not one to be deceitful or to twist words to my own personal gain. And what I'm about to say may sound very far-fetched, but is also very much the truth. And if needed, I would say the same under a magical means of telling the truth, if you wish it.
He nods. He looks to you, Dom, for a moment. Before we get into all of whatever this is going to be, I just wonder, what have I done to receive such treatment, thievery, deceit from you? I need to know that first.
Loyalty is the thing that is earned. It's something that you gave away unknowingly.
He looks back to you, Bree. Go on.
All the details are not quite revealed just yet, but we believe that, sad as it may be, the heiress is the one behind her own mother's death. We knew this particular member of the guild was more inclined to follow his own gains than the good of the group, and that became clear with a letter we found, who we believe strongly is from the heiress, that concludes they were working together to assassinate the Archduchess under the ruse of stealing the diadem for the betterment of the refugees. This was the majority unknown to the guild, though we cannot say who knew and who didn't exactly, besides those that were on the mission. But it should be known that the guild should not suffer for this one person's actions, as they were led by someone else who we believe to be the heiress.
Before you react, before you anything more of us, I just want to reiterate something my wife said. That is that both of us are willing to say those exact words and support each other's underneath a spell that would magically incline us to don't think receive that same act of
good
confidence and good faith from the heiress herself.
He was quiet for a time. You have proof, you said?
I look back to Dom and reach and get the letter and push it forward, and also get the additional seal from a separate letter and push it forward and say, this is what proof we were able to find, though it is not as much as we hoped. The seal and the signature seems to point strongly to the heiress.
There is another point of evidence that we can only back up through our words, which yet again can be backed up through means. But that point of evidence being, I was on the tail of grief, teleported away from me, and ended up in the exact room the heiress met her. Now, does this officially condemn the heiress? Not that evidence alone. However, it does show that he had inside information where she would be when. And that, along with these, I think, is...
And we were led to that room by the heiress. I asked where was safe, and she led both myself and the Archduchess to this room, barricaded the door, which she knew wouldn't be an issue, and also could have been seen out of hate, but immediately killed Greaves as soon as... And not just killed, but... I mean, you saw the remains of this person. It was... Could have been out of anger, but could have been also to keep him quiet.
Where is the diadem?
Go to the rest of the...
It is safe.
Mm.
And you have my word that it will be returned to you. But I do not want to return it to be then given to someone that was responsible for her own mother's death.
You seem to forget how this all works. I appreciate that you bring this to me first. It is my duty to protect the ruler of Evanar. It is also my duty to protect those within the city. A trial will need to be held. The evidence given forth, the witness testimony taken. We unfortunately only have one living member of the Thieves Guild in custody. The rest are, unless you found them.
We have two.
Who were on the side of this enemy group, as you seem to say. Would that be correct?
In that case, yes. One.
Only one. There is evidence. I do not know if it is enough. But that is not for me to decide, nor you to decide. That is for jury and judge to decide.
And you look me in the eyes right now, Captain. Tell me that you believe fully Eris will not use her power and corrupt either of those others. If, just hypothetically, if what we say is true, really think that would stop her?
There have been few instances of such a trial being put against the ruling party. I have been successful in delaying what process skips were asked of me. She is not officially crowned, the loss of the diadem being a key factor in that. She is still simply the next in line. The full extent of that power is not in her grasp.
Things enough my way.
if the diadem were to be returned today, and the accusations brought up beforehand to prevent any further development of her closer to gaining that power.
We have enough evidence to detain her until trial.
Then, as an act of good faith, both amongst our party, specifically my husband, as well as the Thieves Guild, I will note, who could have also had a chance to use the diadem to use this to their advantage, are choosing to, in good faith, return this as well. I would like that noted. And once perhaps she is in custody, you may take or have a watch over us until then, but once that happens, the diadem will be returned without question.
He looks off again, like into the distance of the mountains, and just sighs. I understand the terms. I will do everything in my power to...
across the table. As an official agreement.
He offers to shake it, and then stands and...
I reach out my hand.
He looks at you and he says, "Let us see where these cards fall."
I pull back my hand and I smile. Loyalty.
He stands, he gives a little bow to you, Thomas, in thanks, and
chicken was lit.
Turns to
and Thomas murders him.
Turns to leave. Now, out of character. There was because I was not planning to have a trial, but there's a lot of information that's kind of like the end of this, I think. You've gathered the evidence you can gather.
Yeah.
You've gathered the witnesses you can gather.
You
didn't gather everything. We're going into the epilogue. I kind of want to try something, and I am open to hearing other GM's ideas. This is now going to become very just open, because there was a mechanic for a trial, and it was kind of like you were almost gathering dice for each piece of evidence that you had, and you had to pass a certain threshold of like DC. More evidence you had, the better chance you had at succeeding, but there was a chance to not do it. There was a chance to not succeed. In evidence or lack of evidence. So if we're thinking about it that way, I kind of want to try it. But I'm going to have to wing the DC and the numbers right now off the top of my head. So if we're doing like D6s, and I can talk you guys through too, just like and for the audience's sake, the things that were found and the things that were not. So there were 5 total accomplices present at the masquerade from this evil branch of the Thieves Guild. Greaves and 4 others. You got 1. Greaves is dead, and there are 3 missing. So of 5, you only got 1 living witness. So in that case, I'm gonna like start tallying just like total D6s you could have and what you actually get. So you could have gotten 5 from witnesses alone. You have 1.
That's great.
This isn't looking good, guys.
but you figured out the letter trail. So the letter and the seal and the handwriting is key, because the handwriting. So I will say that was worth 3 D6s alone, and you got all 3 of them because you have the seal, the trail, and the handwriting. What else was around?
Do we have our
does
our witness testimony of like the teleportation? Is that a piece of evidence?
I was gonna say if I could testimony.
So I think Bree could testify. Bree could testify for being present at the murder. However, my one thing there is that the heiress would be able to say, he killed her, of course I killed her. Like, so let's say that there could have been a hire if that didn't happen, but because you were there and you saw the teleport, between the two of you, the teleportation story could be another.
Cool.
What else? That's one.
I don't know if it would be.
Oh, you guys don't know. You still don't know what the diadem does. So if you would have known that, that would have given you an additional bonus, I think, because knowing that would have helped with motive. I will tell you now. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Just knowing, having overheard how antsy she was to expedite that.
Yep.
Is suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's as suspicious as like evidence, but knowing that it was known by us and the captain that she wanted to skip all of the protocol and like instigate the power.
Fair point. I'll give you that one.
Can I roll a persuasion check? See if I can get Silas to testify?
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a 25 DC.
Okay.
Like, super high.
I have to get a 19 or above then. Here we go.
Okay.
That is a 9.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Worth a shot.
Fuck,
Worth a shot. Yeah.
Silence is like absolutely fucking that.
Yeah.
I refuse.
But can Shadow testify?
Now Czar as Shadow can't testify. Totally kidding. Okay, so that is, we'll stick with that. I think that's plenty. So 5 potential dice for witnesses on the Thieves Guild side. You have 1. 3 for the written evidence. You have all 3. 1 for the teleportation nonsense. 1 possible for knowing more about the motive. 0 there because you don't know what it does. And then the last one was, there was something else. I already forgot.
Overhearing her wanting to
expedite. So that's a little bit towards the motive, but not the full point. Okay. So with that, I'm not going to make it be like all 6s, but if that would be a total, that would be insane. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total dice. You guys have 3, 4, 5, 6. No better than half.
Oh my god.
Or half, kind of. It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm just like with the witnesses thing.
The justice system.
Let's see. So 11 times 6 is 66. Why don't we say you just have to get half of that? 33. Is that possible?
It's like a medium difficulty.
Is that possible?
Same as like a DC 10 out of a 20, you know? Like, does that feel accurate to...
I mean, that's a death saving throw.
Yeah, because like this is still you're accusing the heiress to the throne
100%
of killing her own mother, and only certain people are present. So
how many do we have though?
You have 6. So wait, that's a little too high then.
Yeah.
Because you have
That's
6
true.
dice.
About 28.
I'll allow it. 28. That's still pretty hard to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to get on average higher than a 4 on each one.
Oh god.
On average.
Does this feel like interesting or fair? I don't know.
No, yeah. But is 28 too high? Is 28 too high?
I'm winning this one.
Okay, so 3 times 6 is 18. That would be if we got average. So maybe 25? Because average of our 6 dice would be 18. So we want to have to roll above average.
A little higher, yep.
So 18, so 25? Would that be better?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sure.
25. And it would be one of those situations where, like,
wait, there's 6 of us. Can we each roll a D6?
I was about to say there's 6 of us, so we should each
Okay, cool.
One at a time,
okay.
so we know where we stand.
Okay.
Wait, who's okay with going last? Because I feel like that's going to be the most stressful.
I'll go last
Okay.
because I don't. You said so many numbers. I don't.
We got it. Okay. So here's what's happening as a recap after that brainstorm. So out of a potential 11 D6s of evidence in your favor, you earned 6 to roll. Your goal among all 6 of these is to get higher than 25 total points. If that is the case, she will be accused. She will be found guilty. If you do not meet the threshold of 25, she will not be found guilty, and then I will come up with an epilogue based on that.
no!
Oh god.
Okay.
Dom's
I
gonna be
can
in
go
jail for
first.
forever.
Okay.
All right, Thomas, hit us with it.
Perfect.
Okay.
5.
Nice. Great
All
start.
right, good start,
Great
good start.
Once you go next.
I'll go.
I'm so
Okay,
nervous.
Emily.
5.
Hey!
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
3.
Okay, Zach.
Well, I'm gonna get a 1. I got a 1. Oh
Okay.
no!
All right, we're at 11.
Oh no!
And we have to get to 25.
Yeah.
Is that even
All
possible?
right. I don't know. Let's
I'll
see.
go.
Okay, go ahead.
4.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
15.
That's 15.
Right?
Yeah.
so both Angie and I now have to get
At
5
least
or
a
higher.
5. A 5 and
5s
6.
or higher.
At least 5 or higher.
Okay.
This feels accurate because governments suck.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of this. Yes.
Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna barf. Okay, here we go. I got a 2.
Oh no!
God,
Okay,
the married
Cam.
couple.
I got a 1.
Oh no! None of us rolled a 6.
Oh,
Oh.
Bree gets really nervous being on the spot and fumbles her words.
Oh no!
She's not a good public speaker sometimes.
Oh, that's devastating.
But
Yeah,
it's-
Cam just goes up and goes, what are we doing?
Yeah, the lady she said she stabbed her. I know that.
It is good that
I know that.
it was Dom, Bree, and Cam all that got a 1 or a 2.
Well, and the reason that I made it heavier weighted, like there were 5 dice for all 5 people, was because your initial, like, job was to identify the people in the room that were at risk and
true.
contain them, and you did not.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of other things going on and other priorities, which I think is fascinating and very, very relevant to this role. So I think story-wise, it makes a lot of sense. If you would have had more witnesses on the bad guy side, there would have been a heavier weight against her with
Totally.
proof. This other stuff is a little bit more flimsy. It's a little bit easier for her to explain away. There was also no like having it, like, it makes sense, but like, is it really burden of proof? I don't know. So yeah, interesting. So I think, as I'm thinking about what this means consequentially, my assumption is that the Thieves Guild would leave. The heiress does take the crown. She does not do anything explicitly negative because the Thieves Guild is gone. So because you were able to warn them with enough time, they relocate out of Evenar. So there's no longer a Thieves Guild in Evenar. And because of that, the heiress's goal is completed. She then rules fairly average, right? Fairly regularly. You all are not put up to anything. I think Dom, Sir Philip is able to keep you safe.
Wow.
Because of that relationship and that discussion of loyalty and what you were able to do and what he knows is right. I think he also feels like the heiress was probably involved after seeing the proof himself. He is able to keep you all safe, so no one is negatively affected. But the Thieves Guild is not here anymore. Yeah.
Yikes.
So that would be a whole nother thing to explore if we touch this again.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That is, I guess, the end. Do you guys want to know what the diadem does?
Yes, what does it do?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So this never came up. I can't believe it.
Oh my God.
I know. I can't believe none of us have identify.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Because
only way we could have known.
well, so there were a bunch of other things. JMO, because you picked up the diadem and the heiress wasn't able to take it in the room, you would have been able to find out then.
Damn it.
You also would have been able to find out if you didn't steal it and you just left. It would have been used.
All right.
So the wearer of the diadem has control over the city's steel watch.
Oh shit! Yeah, remember the watch is.
It is
Megabytes.
only worn
yeah.
in times of war or for like events. It is rarely worn. The
So if we would have
So-
discovered how it was used, it would have been to kill all the Thieves Guild members.
That's correct. So,
Jeez.
So I'm glad we didn't
but-
find out then.
But here's the whole story. If you want the whole story behind it, so Greaves was reached out to by the heiress to say, hey, come steal this for me and you guys can be in charge and have more power. Like, you can take control of Thieves Guild. I'll give it to you. You get to be like my right hand. secret whatever. He was gonna backstab her, so if he was able to kill her and then kill the heiress, he would have taken the diadem himself and run the Steel Watch, and the Thieves Guild would have been in charge of the city.
Shit.
The heiress wanted to have him kill her mother so she didn't have to. She could blame it on the Thieves Guild and then clearly get her way and take them out because she's wanted to all along. So if she would have had the diadem in that moment, she would have commanded the Steel Watch to go that minute.
Hey, I think with the potential endings overall, we did a great job.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Absolutely.
The least bloodshed.
Yeah, least bloodshed for sure. Definitely a lot of consequences, but least bloodshed.
Yeah, saved a lot of lives.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Thank you, Kelsey. That was
so
blast.
fun.
I love that.
So thank you guys all so much for participating.
If you'll allow me, I have a little post-credit scene.
Of course.
Oh my God.
I won't say anything crazy.
Bree and Dom's divorce.
I won't say anything
5
crazy.
years later.
I won't say anything crazy, but I would just say, like...
Oh, yeah, this is much your story. It's much your guys' story.
One night, the camera cuts down, and we see the heiress sleeping soundly in her little bedroom, her mansion, and then out of the darkness, having snuck in there in some various way, Dom steps out of the shadows. And I think he goes up to her, and he pulls out a dagger. And then right before he goes down, he hears Bree's voice in the back of his mind, and he like starts crying and like sheathes the dagger and like gets out of there, and he never.
Woo. Good.
And then it goes to me doing that thing like at the end of the third Harry Potter movie where he's like, yeah.
But as a cat. A cat on the broom.
Yes.
What else would you guys have done after this? So yeah, I wanted to hear like.
Are we okay, Bree?
I don't know.
Wow, man! I thought she would understand.
I mean, I think they would have had to have a lot of conversations. I don't think, obviously, I joked that they're divorced, but I don't think Brie actually would have. I think it was she understood until you stole the diadem as well.
Yeah.
And like after the
but thank God I did.
Well, yes, and again, it's like okay, it worked out that like good thing, but that like put so much of a target directly on you, and that's what she was pissed about. Of like. You yourself, not as a group or part of the like you just while he watched stole the diadem and jumped out the window. That was dumb. And so I think like I think they're fine eventually, but she's gonna be mad and basically be like that's the thing of like you can't put yourself in so much danger and stuff like that. Like she gets it was for your family. But, like, she's mad that you just did that without thinking it and without thinking about the consequences of that. And
I think when they're older and they're leaving Cracker Barrel,
sitting waiting for the table on the porch and the rocking chairs.
When Bree's like, did we park over there? And I think Dom's gonna be like, no, we parked the carriage over there. And then like Dom will like those would be the moments where Dom would like look at her and say, I was right about the diadem. And like it becomes like a joke like in their older years.
That's incredible.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Amazing. Cam, what's Cam up to?
Whoa.
Which
Cam
circle
is...
of hell?
No, she only goes to the 8th. She's pretty set and in that. I think that Cam probably will never be nice to anyone again. She... Yeah, I mean, she just is like, doesn't know who to trust, I guess. Maybe
not as trusting, she's seen some shit now.
I think she is a little bit less inclined to... She was starting to try to like strategize and wanted to like suss things out and like really admired everybody, especially like Dom and Bree, and even Thomas for like their ability to like see ahead and like strategize, and she wanted to do that but like has a hard time with it, and so she might just go back to her like hulking ways of just being like very quiet and just the muscle, like doesn't really have a lot to say or do, because she doesn't feel like she knows truly really what's going on and doesn't trust herself to like figure it out.
That's so sad.
You're trying to make so much process.
That's
with
super
you.
sad.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Zach likes a rich backstory.
Amazing. Z and Zar, what are you guys up to going forward? Anything coming out of this? Other than maybe Zar likes to be cats more often now.
Started doing coffee subscription boxes.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, great.
Yeah. I feel like we spend some time like being pretty oblivious to the drama of the group, but just like dropping off coffee and baked goods at everyone's houses every now and then, and like just being good friends, man.
That's amazing.
Z and Zar's lives don't change much.
Don't change much. Maybe expanding their coffee palettes. What about you, Thomas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, also Thomas's life doesn't change that much.
Yeah.
He's just kind of cool. I think they're probably going to open a second location of the Nine Hells actually in the real Nine Hells.
Oh my god!
You would notice a drop in patronage immediately after the Thieves Guild left for just a little bit, and then it would probably.
Oh, that's so funny! Oh my god.
Yeah, we do some specials.
Yeah.
We like have some like.
You also you might lose some workers.
Like some coupons.
As well.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
I do have a question for Zach. Do you think Dom would want to move and like move to wherever this Thieves Guild moved to?
I think he will highly encourage visitations, but I think like he does take what Bree said to heart, and I think there's two parts to it. I think one, he decides who is he yet again at another moment of his life chooses who his family is. And the others as well. But I also think just because they aren't light switch, they have bad habits or bad feelings, those are kind of constantly dwelling in themselves. I think that there's a small, deep, dark part of Dom that doesn't want is consistently watching her up in a way
to mess up so he can take
so
advantage.
that it's justifiable for him to do something.
Love it.
But overall, just becomes a little good boy and has more does more dancing with Zia.
Oh, perfect.
I can see him being like a Thieves Guild of one, of like still having that itch and
I
still
for
like
sure probably
still doing that, but
I think you also could convince Thomas to like break into stuff.
Yes.
Whenever you're bored.
Cool, good.
Amazing. Great. Well, this was your difficult moral choice episode. I don't
Love it.
Whoa. Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
I'm back.
That was mentioned in the initial kickoff session.
She's back.
Only done that.
It's so weird how it does that.
Yeah,
you're
it,
back.
like,
You're
jumps.
back.
It's like 2 or 3 seconds at a time. Okay, well, that was your difficult moral choice.
Yes.
I know that was mentioned as like one of the initial things. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Any other questions or reflections on the session before we?
Thank you, Kelsey. This was great.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Yeah.
So much.
So fun.
Thank you so much. Thinking about the calendar upcoming, we have Monster Hearts back on Thursday, the 2nd. And then the Remains may be coming back soon as well on the 7th. So keep an eye on and then Curse of Strahd next Thursday, the 9th. So keep an eye on the social medias for all of the updates.
Awesome.
Yay!
Yay!
So fun.
Aw, thank you guys so much. This was so fun.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.